I'm enjoying my cruise. But is there a place where I can go where there aren't any children and sometimes they bring cookies?
Welcome to our channel, Tim and Kate's Excellent Adventures Cruise Edition.
Today we're going to talk about the Vibe Beach Club. What is this? Where is it? What's the difference between Vibe and Spice H2O? And how do you get there? So let's start with what this is. It's an adults-only part of the ship. It is a premium offering, meaning you pay a little extra for it. But you have your own lounge chair. That's the number one perk of having the Vibe Beach Club access.
I think we don't have to fight for chairs by the pool. We didn't really care if we were by the pool per se. We just wanted to be outdoors and we wanted to have a chair.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That was the whole reason. I mean, of course, we had our own balcony on our stateroom, if you've seen that video. But sometimes you just want to be with other people and have a bar nearby.
Yeah, and that was great too. So you have your own bar with the Vibe. So it's not going to be a bunch of people trying to get drinks and be in line. We even had where they would come around to you and ask you if you needed anything. Most of the time we were going up and getting our drinks, but that wasn't a big deal because, again, there's no one in line. Right. And it's right there. You don't have to go very far.
No, it was literally in the middle on the main deck, the main Vibe deck. There is an upper deck, and the upper deck had misters that you could go and cool off in if it was too warm, but we never ran into that problem. Our cruise in January was excellent. I don't think it got above 84 degrees the whole time we were there.
Yeah, we only were up on that top deck once, and it was super windy. We were at that point we were moving.
Yes.
So do note that when you are up on those upper decks, even on the regular, the second level or first level, I guess you would say, of the Vibe, it can be windy. But again, it's because you're outside on a moving boat.
Right. This boat's moving at 25 miles an hour, and the air isn't always moving at 25 miles an hour.
Right. So, just note though, up on the top deck, there isn't a bar. So if that is I don't want to have to go up and down for drinks, I would just stay on that first level. Mm-hmm. And then there were no bathrooms up on that second level either. But you have your own bathrooms for the Vibe as well. So that's nice too. Again, really no lines. I mean, I did have to wait once, but it was just one person in the bathroom, just waited for them to come out and get right in.
Right. And also towels. They have a large container full of towels right there waiting for you.
Yes, and we didn't say this on the Great Stirrup Cay video, but we were able, you had to get your towel prior to getting off the ship to get onto the tender boat. Mm-hmm. And so what was great is that they were you need to bring a pool towel. We heard people were oh, did you have to wait in line for the towels? And we were no, because we just went up to the Vibe and there was no one around. We just got a towel and
made our way to tender.
Yeah. So that's another perk as well, being a Vibe member, is that you can just grab that towel.
And another time, we were just hanging out on the deck, reading books, and watching the world pass us by on a sea day. We had we had cookies. One of the workers brought cookies around, and we were like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, we'll have a cookie.
totally have a cookie. This is amazing. We're having our grasshoppers and a cookie.
Yeah. And this was like one of the first places, second place that we went to once we embarked onto the ship. The first was we went to the observation lounge and had like a little snack and just kind of relaxed for a second. And then we were ready to go up to the Vibe and be outdoors before we were even moving, and had our first drink and everything. So that was nice too. Again, we had a chair, we had the bar right there. There was not everybody was again at the pool. Right. We could look down at the people on the pool and see how crazy it was. Now, if it doesn't bother you, like if that doesn't bother you at all, or you don't mind going around looking for towels, then the Vibe isn't for you. And again, if you have kids, you're not going to be able to, they can't be up there. It is an adult only area.
Right. And if you're traveling with a large group, either all of you get the Vibe or none of you do, because it would be kind of terrible to have, just one couple having, well, I'm going to go up to the Vibe deck. The rest of you can stay here with the unwashed.
Right. And unless you're like, we really want to be up there and you're just like we'll see you later. Yeah. But if you're planning to hang out with that group, you're definitely going to want to either all get the Vibe or chill by the pool. Mm-hmm. We didn't say that the Vibe does not have a pool. No. It had the misters, like Tim said, and then it does tubs. Yeah, and hot tubs. So you can get in there. I think there were people that did get in them. We never did. I think, though, if we ever did, like, an Alaskan cruise, that would be pretty cool to, like, get in the hot tub. I wasn't really feeling the hot tub vibe when I was, like, already warm. Right. So I was okay not getting in the hot tub. But people, like I said, people were.
So one of the big questions that we saw before getting on the cruise was, what's the difference between Vibe and Spice 2.0? So the Norwegian Encore was in dry dock shortly before our cruise, and they had removed a laser tag attraction and replaced it with what they called Spice 2.0. Spice 2.0 is at the very end of the very rear end of the ship, and it is also an adults-only area, but you're not guaranteed a seat because they don't. It's not a premium. It's available to anybody 18 and over.
Right. Yeah, so the Vibe you do pay extra for per person, but the Spice H2O, anyone could go up there as long as you were 18 or older. We did go check it out to see because we had heard different things about it. There is a bar, yes, and then there are like little pools to like wade in type thing, but
those weren't done when we got on. That attraction did not pass inspection when we went on our cruise, so that part wasn't really open. You could still sit in the lounge chairs, you just couldn't use the little wading pools, and you couldn't use the hot tubs that they had back there.
Right, so there was no water or anything like that in those, but if you were an adult and you wanted just to be in an adult only area and didn't want to pay for the Vibe, you did have that option. And I don't know, as of this video, March 14th, March 14th, 2025, I still don't think that the water is in those. Right. So if that's something you are looking for and wanting to be able to utilize, I would definitely check that out before booking.
Absolutely. Make sure it's available before you go. The Spice H2O is at the very back of the ship. It is on, I believe it's the same deck as the pool, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. It's either the same deck or a deck above. On the other hand, the Vibe deck is at the front of the ship, and as I like to jokingly say, we are Haven adjacent.
We were. There was literally a door that separated us.
Haven guests only. So to get there, there is one elevator at the main elevator area. One elevator will take you to the 19th deck, and it opens to the back, and that's how you would get to the Vibe. Your other options, you can take stairs all the way from the 16th pool deck up to the 17th, 18th, 19th, and get to the Vibe that way as well. That is an option.
Yeah, and there was where you could go up to the 18th deck and then just go up one flight of stairs. And I do have to say, when you do that, I feel like people who are not a Vibe person, there is like a little area there that's really actually kind of nice. And there were people that utilized that. Like you were kind of in a private like area, but you weren't in the Vibe. You were like Vibe adjacent.
You were Vibe adjacent. And my issue with that place, I mean, I would sit there, but my only issue is that it's kind of by the pool speakers. And it is a little bit loud there.
Yeah, so if you're not wanting that, then it's not going to be quiet.
No.
And you probably won't be able to chat. But if I feel like that might be a place to kind of check out if you're okay with it, to find a chair.
Absolutely. If you're an introvert who likes loud music, perfect.
Yeah, yeah. And since we're talking about our chairs a lot, we will link below the towel bands that we purchased. Instead of clips, we bought bands. They were a lot easier to pack.
Yes.
And they were a lot easier to find when we were on excursions in our bag, and you only needed one per chair. So we'll link those below to see if that's something that you would like to check out.
And keep in mind that is an affiliate link, which means if you click the link and make a purchase, we would receive a small commission. And we do thank you for your support for this channel. And I think that's everything. If you've made it this far into the video, you clearly like us. So we're going to ask for you to subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe. And we hope to see you on our next one. Bye-bye. Bye.